Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at MotionVFX. MotionVFX is graphics packages for your video projects. Now, I've been using MotionVFX for the last year or so, and MotionVFX very kindly gave me access to a few more of their plugins. I already owned a few of them, but they very kindly gave me access to a few additional plugins. So I work inside DaVinci Resolve, and these are the motion graphic packages that they currently have. They're always adding new graphics packages, and these are really fantastic. Today I'm going to be going over mJourney. So let's just scroll down and find that on here. So if you are looking for some graphics for your holiday videos, then mJourney is definitely the one for you to look at. Now here it is. As it says, I already own that. If we go into this web page on a MotionVFX site. Oh, by the way, I have a 10% discount. I will link that below, and I'll put a link on the screen now as well. 10% off any of the MotionVFX graphics packages. Very handy. And that's exclusive to my subscribers. So yeah, please like and subscribe and you'll get your 10% discount. So this is mJourney. Now, as you can see, we have lots of really interesting graphics we can use on our travel projects. And let's just jump over to my DaVinci Resolve and I'll show you how to apply them. They're really super easy to apply and it's a real no-brainer. So once you've downloaded your packages, you can then install, it's called mInstaller. So it will go ahead and this will be a little program, a little app that works additionally to DaVinci Resolve, and this will list all of your plugins you have from MotionVFX. So these are all the ones that I currently own, and going through these, if you would like me to do a tutorial on any of these other motion graphics packages, please let me know and I'll be happy to do so at a later date. So I currently have a LUT package, I have mLUT Film 3, I have mLUT plugin, I have mTitle Film DVR, I have mShorts DVR, I have mDiary DVR and mTrip DVR, another good one for your holidays. I have mReview DVR, so DVR is DaVinci Resolve, and I have Make It Cinematic, 16mm, mJourney, which we're looking at today, mTutorial, mAntique, mIntro 2, mVertical, mCamRig, and Luma, mHelloDV, mCallouts, Matrix, which is quite cool, and mTuber 3. And I actually have mTuber 3 for DaVinci Resolve, and I actually have it for Final Cut also. So they're all the plugins that I currently own. Let's jump over to DaVinci Resolve. So here we are. This is the thumbnail that I produced. Now, your plugins will appear in the effects panel. So the easiest way to find them is saying you have downloaded the mJourney package. Well, if you just put Journey into the search bar, as I had, and it will list all of those effects under that search. Let's just go to a different timeline and I can show you from a blank. So at the top here, we have drop zones. So you can then drop in your image into, say, that circle. I'm not going to go through all these in detail because I'm sure they're a no-brainer for you also. And you just get the option to be able to find your own picture and drop them into those drop zones. So we've got 6 of those in total. So let's just go through them quickly. Drop zone 3. This one's got a double on it. This one's got 1 on that side. And then this has got 3. So then we go on to the effects, and we have background blurring. So this could be a good thing for maybe your intro. Then we have flares. And if you have a look, you can just about see it on the side there. And that is a little bit like an anamorphic flare. So that works quite well. You've got mJourney letterbox. So that gives it a real cinematic feel. It gives the black borders at the top and bottom. Really like that. You've got mJourney light leaks. And then if I just drop this on the footage, just to show you the options you have with it. So you've got 3 different options of light leaks in here. And then you can obviously move them around, and you've got lots of parameters you can play with on that. And we have, this is for maps. So that gives the outline of the maps, which is quite nice. You've got a map zoom. So you would then just find your image of a map, drop it in the middle, and it will zoom in on that map. This is the mirror effect. Quite like that. And this one is, so it just gives you the, if you can see it at the top, it shows the camera's recording. You've got a record button at the bottom there. Then we move on to the icons, and they're all very straightforward. So you can just drop these onto your footage, onto your timeline. Let me just show you that. So let's go for, what should we use? Let's use this icon compass. Let's drop that on here. So we can drop that on the timeline. Then I can go to the content controls and I can just move that around as needed. Leave that up there. And obviously I can adjust the length and duration of that and move it around on the timeline. And there's a few other animation controls, element controls, etc. Going through a few more of these icons, we've got flag, fog, night icon, pin, and so on. You can see all these inside the MotionVFX website. It lists all the different options you have. So then moving on to miscellaneous, the ones that I quite like to use inside here are, let me just go through this. So packing list, you've got an itinerary, I think, somewhere. So yeah, this is your itinerary. So you can drop that onto your timeline. So this is, if you wanted to have an intro to your video, then you can put an itinerary of your trip. So it gives it a little bit of a timeline to your video. Let's just turn that one off. So one of the effects people have been asking about is how do you get your location and temperature stats on the screen? So that is inside typography, and I've been using this one. And if you just drop it again on top of your timeline, and then you can move it around, very easy to move around. I've been placing mine at the bottom down here, and I've been using it on some of my walking tour videos. That makes quite nice, just sort of have the information updated in the corner there. And then obviously you can go in and then change your location, change the title, the temperature, your description, etc. So yeah, you can customize that. And then going through a few of these other ones. So yeah, lots of different effects you can use. And last but not least, you have all the transitions. So going through the transitions, you have, it's probably best if you actually jump onto the MotionVFX site for that, because I only have one clip in there. And if we go to transitions here, this is on the MotionVFX site. Again, I'll put a link in the description below, and it will show you all the transitions in here. So as I said, 10% discount somewhere on the screen now and somewhere in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.